Okay, where's my camera gone? Okay, so you want some instant action, and most people would like to have some instant money. Money isn't growing on trees. You gotta work for it. But what I see here is at least there is some basics I have to introduce you to, and some basic understanding that seems to be, I don't want to accuse anyone. Go ahead, make your bets the way you always do, and if you're successful, hats off to you. But otherwise, I can't go another. Don't have a better approach than going for probabilities, and it's all about probabilities and the reciprocal of those probabilities is the price or the true price. So in case you have a probability for a thing to happen in the future, because any event going to be in the future will have a probability. And if it happened, it's either one, or it's zero. So it did happen or it did not happen. Otherwise, it's never reaching 1 or 0. Any prediction you can have can only be between 0 and 1. The impossibility of 0% or the certain event of 100%, they do not exist for future events. So it's somewhere in between, and it's going to happen or it's going to fail, or the opposite is going to happen. But usually you can say it's going to happen or it's not going to happen. But for a football game, for example, you have 3 outcomes, but of course there is a 4th outcome which doesn't count here, which would be the game does not take place. It's going to be interrupted for some reason, but that would not influence your 100% prediction in a total, because you get your bets returned. Betting wise, that's no influence. So anyway, we can argue like that. The game is going to end regularly, so we have 100% for an outcome 1x or 2. So either this or this or this is going to happen. If it's interrupted or it's not being played, it's called off, it's postponed, whatever, you get your money returned. Everyone at the market gets his money returned. So it's but still it's within these. Yeah, it's somewhere. It's also a possibility. You can't say this game will be played because you cannot be sure. But what you need, this basic approach, first of all, is about probabilities and turning this into prices. This is the reciprocal. Also, the market does have its view, so to say, or its price. It's priced up again. So you can also take the reciprocal of the market's price, and then you have a probability. But this would be the maximum probability the market is saying this event will have. So it wants an advantage. Everyone who's making a price, any participant in the market, he would like to have the advantage on his side. So anyway, I've shown parts of this already in a previous video. What I would like to say is, if there's a match day coming up, and this is in the far future, I could say, within 4 weeks. So I took one random match day, German Bundesliga 1 and Bundesliga 2. Those are the games to come, to be played in 4 weeks' time. I don't know, somewhere. But they are all real games to be taken place. But anyway, I will recompile the prices. And here I was just making some guesses, so it doesn't matter. What you had to do would be write down your probabilities. This is where you start from. You gotta have probabilities. You can't say this is going to happen because no one knows. What I see is people still tend to go, or in spite of my example with a heavy favorite bets, they still tend to go for favorites. And this usually the probability is lower than the reciprocal of the market price. So you wouldn't have the edge. Usually market is very strong on those heavy favorites, especially with this long-term experience and people still going for those favorites. And so you can they even go lower on those prices. So if Liverpool are playing, what did they play, Burnley yesterday or so, market might go 140. Although I can't really remember, but Tottenham and Liverpool both favorites fell over. They did not win their games. So this is but they know they can price them even lower because punters will still go for those favorites. This is the massive error, I could say. But yeah, if you want to, still you would most likely fancy to go on like this. Anyway, it all starts with a probability, and what I was trying to show you here in this example is you price up a match day like that. This will have further consequences, but I got tools for that. To calculate it, but it's something for a start. Especially what I would like to show you is later how you can prove you were good, or you rather might find out you're not so good on that. So I was going for Bayern are slight favorites, 40%, 30-30 for the draw and thing. It's just random figures I'm picking here, but RB Leipzig will be heavy favorites. Of course, Hannover are on the top of the table now, so maybe I should reduce this for current, no idea, I'm going to reduce this and maybe, 25, this might be. So I make it 62. The last figure will be calculated automatically. But Leipzig did not win yesterday. I mean, we could take any other prices here. Cologne are going to be slight outsiders against Hoffenheim. Freiburg, who will be favorites there? Most likely Schalke, but not heavy favorites. But anyway, I make this 26, 25, so it's going to give a figure here. And Gladbach, they will be favorites. Will they be close to 50, above 50? Okay. Something like that. So I'm made some rough guesses already. Frankfurt against Werder. Okay, so this will be like 45%, 27, I don't know, something like that. Augsburg, Leverkusen, okay, Leverkusen will be favorites, but not by much. No, let's make it pretty even. Draws are not so many in Bundesliga, so you enter your probabilities. What would I do here? HSV, slight favorites, so make it 37%. Make it here, okay, could be an even game. So a bit more percentage for the draw. Wolfsburg against Hertha, they won't have 50%. I don't think, but maybe I'm just typing in some figures here, not to waste too much time on that. And Braunschweig, they might be the better side, but at the moment, okay, let's make it 40%. There is some more draws in here, okay, so it's calculating the true price instantly. I of course I entered the formulas here. So you see here, this is turning those probabilities into true prices, and this is rather they will be good favorites, but not too much. I don't know. It's just rough guesses here. Sandhausen, Duisburg, they will be favorites again, but not by that much. 0.3 could also go a bit higher on those. Düsseldorf at the moment at a good run, so we do this like this, maybe some more draws in this one. It's just rough guesses, but you can do it and then you can improve on that, of course. So at the moment, Ingolstadt with a good win, but both with a good win yesterday, but this match day is not going to be played. So just for the fun of it, I could make one very even game. I mean, it's also kind of a derby, I could say. Anyway, just make it an even match for the moment. Kaiserslautern, Bochum, with Kaiserslautern really struggling, so maybe 34. Will they be favorites? Well, let's go here at 32. So pretty even again. Maybe they're like slight favorites. I don't know. Aue against Bielefeld, yeah, okay, they will be favorites. You see that all those second league games, they are pretty even, so it's not a lot you can tell about those. Kiel in a good run, so they will be 50%, which is already so when we go down to 28 here, the biggest favorite of all. They will be far away from 50, but maybe they are at the moment. No, this can't be. So somewhere, you know. So we are having now an evaluation. This is what you gotta do, or yeah, if you want to be successful. I mean, it's something for a start. Now I typed in here already some market prices, and I was just to give this example. I was exceeding the true price. This is what the bets come from. So if this is bigger than that, if market price pays you more than your true price, then you got to bet. So I made them, where is 150? Okay, so I made it 165. This was a mistype. So 165, here's 230, here Schalke 210. Well, I'm just guessing where you could have a very small edge here. Let's say Frankfurt, they give you 230, right? So now, well, we won't have a draw here, so 2.85 maybe. It's not very real. Let's say here you get a draw of 3.40, so we have one draw in there, and they're gonna give you 225 on this. And Braunschweig 255, just some small edges. No, we won't have this. Maybe 4.20, someone believing in Union, giving a good price here. Sandhausen, Duisburg, maybe 3.6 on Duisburg. They need to be bigger than those, then you got to bet. And this is, you know, where you should start from. What I wanted to show you is something, no, we can't do this. So we have a draw here, 3.3. This is a very even one, so what is, yeah, okay, so we got a draw of 325, because, I mean, we are overrating the draw most likely. Yeah, here, once again, so this is the draw Schlieg, so we go for a couple of draws, because all the others, 3.3 on the away win. Just to make it, I mean, just to Kiel to 10, who would give that? And Regensburg, I have no idea really. No, we're gonna go for the away side with a 3.60. You know, okay. Now, what is my simulation gonna do here? I have to type it in here manually. So we take a 2 here. Whatever is selected here, this is gonna be bigger than this. So you gotta go for the 2. So we go for the home win here. We go for a home win here. We go for the away win here. We go for the draw here. I think I have to put in an X here. Does it? Yeah. Okay. I didn't remember. It could be a 0 as well. So we go for the home win here. We go for the home win here. We go for the away win. We go for the away win. X, X, X. 2, 1, 2. So this would be more or less our coupon. I don't know. So we got plenty of bets every single game. We found a bet. However, whichever way we would combine this in a system bet or 2 system bets or on date, because they won't be all played at the same time. So whatever you do about it, you can also make them all single bets. But what I wanted to show you is now, what have we got? I mean, this is one instance of it happened already, but I'm gonna recalculate it now, okay? So now we see here how many of those we had been right. We did have right. So this is 6. Now it's recalculating whenever I type in something. So we can do that instantly once again. But what I wanted to show you is compare it with the probability of the chance you went for, with the sum of the chances you went for. 305, what is this? Ah, this is only taking the sum of these, so I have to put in here the sum of... no, but I was doing this right, wasn't I? Okay, so I will center this and I will reformat it to a number. 7.14. So those are the real figures you gotta compare. If you want to check your probabilities are decent, you have been guessing right. I mean, here this is a simulation, and I was assuming those were the probabilities, the underlying probabilities, the one you had, how you assessed the game, or we did together, or I did it now. But the simulation is based on these figures. We do not know these figures. There might be other figures. People come up at market with other ideas or how they compile their prices. So you will have differences somewhere. Especially those who are paying those prices will have a completely different calculation. Not just that it's 38%, which is the maximum you should have, while you say it's 40, but they would want an edge as well, so they would assume it's 35 or less. So you have a deviation between this number you compiled and the number the market offers you or tells you what the probability is. Here, this is an ideal example. You have an edge in every game, and you have the probability, you have them all done right. So you're perfect. You're like God. So no one could do any better. This is perfect. So the outcome of those bets is based on your probabilities. And still, you will have, I mean, if you check this, I mean, if you do not know, well, you can still compare the number of selections that you are getting right with the number of selections you should have right. And if you do this week in, week out, if you do this every day, and you compare those figures, you set up the probabilities for the matches, you see the chance that come, and if you have a pick, you can. This is the number of bets you should have right. So I can recompile this now, so we can see here. Now this time we exceeded the first time. Next time we went below. We only had four bets right. Bayern Munich won in this simulation. Mainz won in Gladbach. Werder won. Frankfurt won against Werder. And Duisburg won in Sandhausen. So only four. All the others were lost. But if we do it again, we might have a different amount of. So this is still just 6, where Bielefeld won in Aue. Braunschweig beat Darmstadt. HSV Stuttgart was a draw. Leverkusen won in Augsburg. Leipzig won against Hannover, and Bayern won in. So I can do this again and again and again, and we will have different. Sorry, I was on the wrong. So once again 6. This time 9. Okay, we had a good weekend. However you combine it, whichever way you combine it. No, however, not however. Whichever. So the 11. So great weekend, but I mean we won 7.14, and in the end it's going to. In this pure example, it's going to end up like that because I was basing this simulation on those figures as if they were the reality, which is not the case. I may be close, but you won't have those prices at the market and so on. So go ahead and enjoy, and I hope you like it, and I hope you give me some likes or some more subscribers and some comments. I mean, I'm getting some comments. I'm getting lots of feedback now, but I would love to have some more. I was setting up this example for you here to maybe introduce you into this kind of thinking. But okay, go ahead, like it and subscribe, or leave a comment or whatever it is, thumbs up. Thanks all. Bye bye. I'm gonna leave now.